Nathan Cole was once a name that carried weight in the art world. Before his wife died 3 years ago, galleries in Paris and London had fought for his work. His wife, Lila, had been his muse, his anchor, his critic, and his everything. When she passed away during childbirth, Nathan's colors went gray. He stopped painting, stopped living, except for his daughter, Mia. He raised Mia alone in a small apartment above a bakery. Every night, she would hand him her crayons and say, "Draw mommy again, daddy." And slowly, through her innocent requests, Nathan began to paint again, not for fame or money, but to heal. He poured every tear, every laugh, every memory into a single painting, a massive canvas he called Lila's Light. It wasn't just a portrait. It was a story of loss, love, and hope, colors bleeding into each other, grief blending with beauty. When Mia turned 6, she convinced him to enter his painting in a charity auction. "You always say art should help people. Maybe this can help someone else too." So he did. He walked into that grand Manhattan auction hall, his hands trembling, holding the painting that carried his soul. The audience, dressed in designer suits and diamonds, didn't hide their mockery. "Who let the handyman in?" one man whispered. Another laughed, "That's not art, that's decoration." Nathan stood quietly, his daughter clutching his hand, her bright eyes scanning the crowd. She looked up and whispered, "They don't understand mommy's light yet, daddy." But they will. When the auctioneer unveiled his painting, the room fell into a strange, uneasy silence. The painting glowed under the soft lighting, a woman's silhouette surrounded by swirling gold and blue, her eyes alive with sorrow and grace. Still, no one bid. The auctioneer cleared his throat. "Starting at $5,000? Nothing. Only the ticking of the wall clock." Nathan smiled weakly and whispered, "It's okay, Mia. We'll take it home." And that's when she entered, the woman in red. Chapter 2, The Woman in Red. Her entrance was almost cinematic. A tall, elegant woman in a crimson gown stepped forward, her eyes fixed on the painting. The crowd murmured as she raised her paddle. "5 million, she said calmly. The room gasped. The auctioneer froze, blinking rapidly. "I'm sorry, ma'am, did you say 5 million? "Correct." Her voice was steady, but her gaze never left Nathan's painting. Laughter turned into whispers, whispers into disbelief. Someone muttered, "She's insane." Another said, "It's staged, must be a PR stunt." Nathan's lips parted. He couldn't speak. He felt his heart pounding in his chest. Mia squeezed his hand so tightly he could barely breathe. The auctioneer, regaining his composure, tried to continue. "Do I hear 6 million? The woman in red raised her hand again. 10 million. Then 15. Then 20. Every time she bid, her eyes glistened, as if she saw something no one else could. At $50 million, she stopped. The hall was silent. The auctioneer's gavel came down with a trembling hand. "Sold for $50 million. Nathan felt dizzy. The crowd erupted in chaos, reporters whispering, collectors fuming, investors confused. But all he could see was Mia's smile. "See, Daddy? I told you they'd see Mommy's light." The woman approached quietly after the auction. Her makeup was flawless, but her eyes were wet. "Mr. Cole," she said, extending her hand. "Your painting, it isn't just beautiful. It's familiar." Nathan frowned slightly. "Familiar?" She nodded. "The woman in your painting, Lila. I knew her." Nathan's world tilted. "You knew my wife?" The woman's voice trembled. "We were in the same art therapy group years ago. She told me about you, about how you painted her dreams. She said you'd keep her light alive, even if she couldn't stay." Her lips quivered. "When I saw this painting, I knew it was her light." "You did it." Nathan's knees almost gave out. He realized then that this wasn't a miracle purchase. It was fate. The woman continued, "I lost my husband 2 years ago. Your painting reminded me that love doesn't end, it changes form. I didn't buy your painting to own it. I bought it so the world would see it. It will hang in my foundation's museum to honor love that never dies." Tears filled Nathan's eyes. "You don't know what this means to me." She smiled softly. "Oh, I do. Because love like that, you never forget it." Mia hugged her father's leg. "Does that mean Mommy's light will be in a museum?" Nathan knelt beside her, tears glistening. "Yes, sweetheart. Mommy's light will shine for everyone now." The next morning, the headlines blazed. "Unknown artist's painting sells for $50 million, a story of love beyond loss." But Nathan didn't care about the fame or fortune. He only cared that his daughter could finally see her mother's light reflected in every smile, every sunrise, every color he'd once forgotten how to paint.